Well, Frank, the Florida Gators, they are playing in their bowl game Friday afternoon. They're playing against Tulane. First, let's just talk about overall the Gators. Where do you think they are now with one more week of the season for them?
You know, it's a great finish to their season, Alessandra. It really is. They finished the best way you can after a slow start. They won a bunch of games at the end. They're probably going to beat the Tulane, win the Tulane game. Tulane's without their quarterback now. Their backup's playing, and then he's going to the portal. So Florida should win. They're a double-digit favorite, and it's a great finish to the season. They recruited well. They've got to be active in the portal. Billy Napier saved his job from now. I'll be interested. His defensive coordinator left. I wouldn't be surprised to see a brand-new coordinator come in. But I think everybody's calmed down. I think the best thing about Florida football, I can say right now, is everybody relaxed. Nobody's on the hot seat, at least for today. They're excited about DJ Lagway moving forward. One more job to finish, and that's the win in Tampa on Friday against Tulane. But I think everybody's calmed down in Gator Nation, and that's really what they needed to do.
We talked about Tulane without their QB. But the one thing about the Florida Gators, they have a very young squad. So a lot of these guys, they aren't just going, unless they go into the transfer portal, but they're not going to opt out, you know, to prepare for the NFL draft. So we should see a lot of the guys that we saw this season playing on Friday.
Great point. And that's exactly where they're excited, Alessandra, because this team, the team you're going to watch Friday, is by and large the team you're going to see next week. Very good point. And I like that. And I think they like that. Now, I think you have to see more from them. At some point, they've got to get to where they throw the ball down the field. As good as Lagway is on the deep balls, they've got to get to where they complete pass after pass, the intermediate passes. He's got to have that 21 for 28 game at some point, not just complete 7 or 8 passes, but a bunch of long ones. But I think you're going to see that from DJ Lagway. So I think you'll see a little more passing game. But I applaud them, too. All the guys are playing, even the guys that are going to be in the draft. Badger and others are going to play in this game. Also, Damian George, the right guard who went to the portal, said, nah, I'm going to go back. So very few players. We know the Pyburn story, but for the most part, most of the key players aren't gone. You hit it. The team you're going to watch on Friday is the team people are going to see next year, and that's what they're excited about.
That also is probably a testament to Billy Napier as well. This weekend, or this week, the college football playoffs begin. Georgia is going to get the winner of Notre Dame. Indiana, they get an extra week off. Yeah. You know, do you think they're already game planning for Notre Dame in Indiana this week, or do you think they're just focusing on themselves?
Yeah, good question, because you got to believe Notre Dame's going to win that game. I think they will. But I think they have to focus on themselves. It's been a long year, man. Georgia had a tough schedule, and they're still a high seed because they're really good. But it was a brutal schedule, and they got through that thing. They've lost Carson Beck. We'll see how long he's out. Nobody knows yet. But they need to catch their breath. They deserve that bye with the schedule they had to play. They've earned that bye with a dramatic win in the championship game in overtime. They need to catch their breath. You know, Georgia needs to sit back and say, okay, let's catch our breath. But the problem is Notre Dame's really good. I think Notre Dame's going to win that game. I think they're going to wind up playing a really good Notre Dame team. And so that'll be interesting. Interesting, by the way, the first national championship Georgia ever won in 1980, they beat Notre Dame to win it. So it's interesting that this could be a path to another title and they have to go through Notre Dame again. But I think Georgia just needs to catch their breath. I really do.
Yeah, maybe history repeating itself. Finally, Gunnar Stockton, though, obviously came in for the SEC championship and won the game for them. He's had now a couple weeks to be what we believe is QB1 heading into next week's game. So that's pretty good for the Bulldogs to be able to get him up to speed.
Great energy, great athleticism. Georgia got through and through, but don't kid yourself. You'd rather have Carson Beck.
Yeah,
Carson Beck's an NFL quarterback, and you'd want somehow, some way, if there was any way to have Carson Beck, you'd love to have him. You'd love to have him back. But you're right. Gunnar Stockton now has time to get ready if he winds up being the quarterback who plays in the game.
Okay, well, the college football playoff beginning this week. Frank, of course, will break down each week on Campus Corner, but thank you, and thank you for watching Campus Corner.